This one might be a little controversial, but let me preface it by saying that at the time, we had no idea of what had happened at Penn State. But a couple of years ago, before all of that broke, we came up with the idea for at the time, we're planning to make it a series, but it was going to be a show. And it was called Difference Makers, Life Lessons with Mike Krzyzewski and Joe Paterno. And we went to the Eisenhower Center on campus at Penn State, and we had probably a couple thousand people out there. And I was sitting out there at the time. Coach K was going to break Coach Knight's record when the season started, but at the time he was just behind Coach Knight. And to have Joe and Coach K out there on a stage and to spend an hour not only just telling stories, but talking about things they had learned in life and the impact they had made on young people and how they thought those lessons were relevant today and how they had changed and evolved over the years was great and a tremendous thrill still. And I know that everything associated with Penn State now, that people recoil when you say anything positive about them. But there have been a lot of days and a lot of stories and a lot of things I've enjoyed that have been profoundly impactful. Certainly coming here after the tornadoes was very impactful and still is. I know you guys, your eyes have adjusted to it by now. Mine haven't. It still looks different. But I think that day, having those two guys out there and to be able, and it was one of those moments that I think you have, and I hope that all of you who want to be in broadcasting will have them too, and you never lose this type of feeling. I remember sitting backstage with those two guys, and we're talking about some of the things we're going to talk about, and just sort of relaxing before the show started. And I remember sort of a silence in the room for a minute, and I looked over there and I was like, wow, that's Joe Paterno and Coach K. That's pretty cool. So I hope that if you aspire to do that, that you never lose that feeling of it still being exciting when you have moments like that. So those are some of the things that happen.